You're on.
All right, we are recording. Hey guys, everyone who's here, welcome. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you being here. Janice and I are excited to share just a little bit with you tonight, and of course have time for Q&A at the end. But I wanted to start with two things tonight. For those of you who don't know me, I know most of you who are on, and for anybody who's watching the replay, I'm Amanda Ward of Team Award, and Janice and I merge a lot. So we decided it would be a good idea to merge our teams to talk about the important issues of coaching, and bring our support and empowerment and encouragement together as we move through this. So first things first, to open up this week, we're coming to the end of the month of January, and we wanted to do a couple of shout outs and just recognize people who are, making the effort to reach other people and change lives through health and fitness this month. With whether it's through a challenge group that you're running, or if you're recruiting for a challenge group with someone on your team or your coach, just knowing that you're hooking people up with the resources and materials they need, the support that they need to make healthy changes in their lives is huge, and is hopefully a footprint and imprint that will stay there for many years to come. So we're going to shout out some Success Club first. First of all, I'll start with Janice and Team Tenacity. Janice is killing it with 17 Success Club points. So that's something like 8.5 people. So that's pretty awesome. And definitely something for us to aspire to. Tiffany Cortez is at 1, so that means she's definitely helped at least one person. Mary Gutierrez, I hope I said that right. You're at 2, that's at least one person. And Jackie Davis is at 2, so that's at least one person as well. Over on Team Award, there's a lot of action going on as well. I'm sitting at 5, at Success Club 5 on the 26th of the month. I set big goals, so it's a little... I'm not satisfied with that number, but the month isn't over, and that means that 4.5 people and I have successfully started a health journey together. So that's something to be happy about. Gina Villano is at 3, and she's also about to finish the Ultimate Reset. So she's had a whole group of people doing that this month. It's been really inspiring to watch. Lisa Mosley is at Success Club 6. That's 3 people. Laura Norris is back in action with 2 Success Club points. Hope Lowe at 1. Rachel Carter in her first month actively coaching is at 4 points right now. She only needs 1 more point, but minimum 1 more person before she hits Success Club for her first time. Brittany Brown is at 5 Success Club points. I think we've been in competition and on par all month. So hopefully one of us comes ahead here in the next couple of days. And then one of her coaches, Kim Sherva, is at 2 Success Club points, and she is a rock star as well. So big congrats to you guys. And we're going to talk a lot about this tonight. So it kind of is perfect that we opened up with some shout outs for Success Club, and we'll get to that in a second. But just know that you are doing something important with those numbers. It's not about a number. It's not about a status. It's about the people that are behind those points. And so to kind of just open up the call with a little bit of, I don't know, call it insight, call it guidance, call it encouragement. And it's something that we're going to kind of recap with in a little bit. But I wanted to tell you guys something that I pulled from some personal development months ago. I listen to a lot of PD on my runs, and I train for marathons. And so I was on a run, and I remember stopping 6 miles into like a 12-mile run. I never stop. I stopped. I got my phone out and I went Facebook Live in my team page because I had to share this with my team. It just was like, you hear that. And I don't know how you guys are with PD, but if I'm not taking the note like in person, it's really hard for me to recall things. So it hit me so hard that I had to stop and say it out loud to them because it was that important to me. But it was Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And in it, he was outlining a study that was done at Harvard. And I want to say the guy's name is Dr. Banfield, something like that. But anyways, they did a longitudinal study on very successful people who had stature and years of success behind them, economic status, and they were, millionaires, billionaires, names that anyone would recognize. And they followed these guys along, and they did this longitudinal study with them, and they found some really astonishing results. They found that it was not their economic status, their genetics, their heredity, their monetary inheritances. It was not their talent or their skill set or the topic in which they were famous for that made them successful. There was one thing that all of these people had in common. And the thing that it was persistence. That they never stopped working toward where they were now. And when you look at that and you evaluate that study and you figure that out, it is very clear, black and white on paper, that success is a skill that can be accomplished by anyone if you do the one thing that it takes to be successful, and that is to be persistent. So I know I do a lot of mindset work with people, and I do some life coaching in addition to the coaching that I do with my health and wellness clients in Beachbody. And we have so many mental blocks and so many mindset barriers when it comes to success, because we think we don't have what it takes. We think that somebody else was meant for this and not us. We think that only a certain type of person can achieve X, Y, or Z. But in reality, there's empirical evidence that tells us that's not true at all. So I think I'm leaning more towards encouragement with this, but I want you to know that whatever it is you're working for, or whatever it is that you would like to get out of this thing is totally possible. It is 100% achievable. All you have to do is not give up. And with that said, I think Janice and I want to share a little bit with you guys about what helps us not give up. So Janice, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Yes. The secrets to success. Everybody wants to know. I remember when I was a coach, a brand new coach, I'm like, what do I got to do? Just tell me what I got to do. So that's what we wanted to do tonight, is just tell you what you have to do in this business. And every business is different, with the exception of persistence. That stays the same. But what you do persistently or consistently makes a big difference. So we're going to talk about Success Club. I mean, it is called Success Club because it refers to the actions of creating success in this business, Beachbody. So Success Club is so much more than a rewards program. I never even thought of it as a rewards program. I always thought I had a negative thought process behind it whenever I first started, before I understood it. So that's why I wanted to help us understand it tonight. I don't want you to be unsure of what it is, whether you have no thought process on it, or a negative one or a positive one. Once I understood what it was and how important it was, then it was like this light bulb went off, and I'm like, duh, this makes complete sense. So I want that to happen to you tonight, if needed be. All right, so it's more than the actual reward program. It is the foundation and structure of this company. And every company has something that they know they have to do in order to move everything forward. And so that's just the foundation, the small piece that Beachbody saw, that if we're doing this consistently, we're going to have success. We won't have people quitting because they're going to feel successful. And so the first thing that I had written down here on my handy dandy notebook is, with the foundation and then the structure there, success leaves clues. You're going to hear that 1,000,001 times. So you look for other people that are having success, and you can watch video and video after video on Success Club, or how to be successful. And every coach, top coaches that you like, that you're going to, there's an Amber Alert. Sorry, my phone's going crazy. Everybody that you look up to or admire in this company is going to tell you the same thing, that Success Club is super, super important for their business. And then Beachbody wants you to be successful, obviously. And me and Amanda, want you to be successful. So we're not going to leave out the most important part of that. And of course, Beachbody wants to reward us for the habits and the actions that create the success. So if we don't have a goal set there in place for you guys to start with, then you probably do feel like, where do I start? This is overwhelming. I don't know what to do. And so that's why you have to start with this. This is Melanie Metro said at one time, or however you say her last name, that she said, you can't build a house with the sides and the roof first. You have to build it from the foundation, and that is Success Club. It is a monthly measurable goal that helps you track your success in your business. It's a monthly measurable goal. All right, so we're always talking about goal when we're helping other people in the health and fitness industry, when we're helping them with their challenges. We're like, okay, here's your goal. Start small, build momentum, right? So this is a way to measure it. It's achievable, it's attainable. People do it all the time. It's small, and it'll compound over time. And so a lot of people don't realize the importance of hitting it every single month. They're like, oh, I'll just do it next month. The end of the month comes, I'll just do it next month. And then next month never comes, and you never build that momentum, and you always feel defeated. So the next thing I wanted to say about it, I am horrible with reading my notes here. So the small goal helps it not be overwhelming, and then it is a bite-sized goal. And that bite-sized goal, if you break it down, is 3 to 5 people a month. Raise your hand if you want to help 3 to 5 people a month, right? Like, want to. It's not because you have to be successful. It's because we got into this business to help people. And so if we want to help people, all we have to do is think of it as 3 to 5 new lives that you're going to start impacting this month. New lives, because we're going to continue impacting the lives that we've already helped last month and the last year. But we have to be thinking about new people constantly. Helping those 3 to 5 new people a month creates, like I said, that compound effect in all areas of your business. So if that's the foundation, then you start to see the rewards in transformation stories that you can help to continue to build your business with. They start referring people. You also start to see an income compounding effect of residual income, for one. And if you're doing it every single month, that's the 3 to 5 people that you're helping with the first commission, right? It's a little bit bigger of commission when you're doing the challenge packs that equal to a Success Club point or 2. So there's many different rewards for that. But the biggest part of it is to help you be successful in this business. And the biggest reward is them changing their life. So helping 3 to 5 people a month creates a compound effect. This is getting ridiculous. Are you kidding me? Who needs all this technology? Got my stupid phone going off. My phone's on silent, and then my watch goes off. Kidding me. All right, so how do you help 3 to 5 people? This is what I do. This is how I am successful at hitting Success Club. And not only have I hit Success Club, I've hit Success Club 41 months in a row, including this month. Okay, 41. So it is a non-negotiable for me ever since I've launched this as a business. Once I stopped saying, oh, this is a hobby, or I'm just doing it for my own health. Once I said I want to make money and I want to help change lives, 41 months, including this month. And what I do every month is run challenge groups like clockwork. And you can do this any way you want to, but you have to be promoting and inviting people and running a challenge group every single month, even if it's just one new person coming in, even if it's only those 3 people coming in, even if it's only 5. You've got to create that momentum, and you've got to already have it established. If you don't already plan to have one, then you won't have anything to invite to, and that just leads into, well, I don't know what to do, so I don't know what to invite anybody to. So it starts with that challenge pack, or that running that challenge group, having something to invite them to. My goodness. Mom, stop laughing at me. It's all your fault. Let's see. All right. So that is the gist of exactly what I wanted to share with you guys, of how it's helped me impact my business. I definitely don't want to give up on the people that I've brought into this business or brought in as challengers. And so I know I'm going to be here till the very, very end. That builds that trust, and that consistency helps me build momentum in my business. And even when I'm down and out and I don't feel like doing this, I remember why I'm doing it, and it keeps me going. And so that is what Success Club means to me. So I'm going to let Amanda share her takeaways on that too.
Awesome job bringing it back around to consistency too, because I think we separate kind of the reason we're doing this business. You know, you do want to help people get healthy. You find purpose and fulfillment in that. And I mean, I can't remember what call we were on, but recently I said something to the effect of, who wouldn't want to get paid for everything good in life? You know what I mean? Like good health, good fitness, well-being, mental clarity, good relationships, you know, meeting new people. All of these things are a part of what we're doing. And we're earning an income for it. And we tend to separate the two. And Success Club, like the concept of it kind of falls somewhere in the middle. It's this number. And it's representative of all this good stuff, but it also represents income. And so it gets weird and convoluted. So I think you did a great job of pointing out a couple of things. I took a few notes there just to reiterate that you said it is, I took notes and now I can't find it. Oh, I love this. You said, you were talking about if you don't create bite-sized goals out of it, and that's what Success Club is. It creates a monthly goal for your long-term business vision and your long-term health and wellness vision. It gets overwhelming. You either put it off to the next month or you completely give up on it. You've now lost your measure of success. Mm-hmm. And if we don't have a measure of success, we have no way of knowing if we're ever doing it. You know, that's how the human brain works. So what if I helped a couple of people 2 months ago? If I'm not tracking along with them, if I'm not keeping up with them, if I'm not adding new people to the group to help them, like, where does that go for me? Where does that go for them? We don't know. We don't have a measure of success. So I'm a big believer that numbers tell stories, and that is why I am attracted to Success Club. I recognize it for its business worth for us, and for the purpose that Beachbody put it in place. But I need those numbers. When I'm running, perfect metaphor for me, I train. I don't just run for fun. And so if I'm training for a marathon, I'm not going to check my mileage when I feel like stopping running. You know, I'm going to have a plan, and I'm going to check my pace like every mile or so to make sure that I'm where I need to be, because otherwise, what's the point? I've got to have these little bite-sized kind of incremental goals in order to make sure I get where I'm headed. So that all being said, awesome way to present it. And I love that you ended there talking about how you do it by running challenge groups and not giving up on the people who need change in their lives. That's just huge. So, I think that just my kind of add-on to that is just to hammer down a little bit harder on the consistency piece. I think that's one of the reasons I felt so impressed to share that my takeaway from my personal development with the Brian Tracy book was that consistency is a skill. It's something you just do. It's not something that's given to some people, and some people are born with a talent for it. It's something you have to do. And the more you do it, the closer you get to your success. And it's not just keeping the veterans in the flock. Like Janice was saying, it's not just tracking along with the people that you've brought. It's 3 to 5 new people. It's building on what you've created. And I think it's super important to point out that if you're just keeping, old challengers in the flock, great. That is a good thing. It really is. But if there's never any new blood, if there's never any new stories, we all burn out. We all get tired. We all get distracted, and life happens. So that's why we need new people all the time, because our veterans are going to get tired, distracted, and just overwhelmed with things. They see someone new come on and have that fresh new weight loss or that fresh new excitement about the new recipe or whatever. They're like, oh yeah, I remember why I'm doing this now. And you guys know, you can't just hear it from your coach over and over again. Somebody new in the challenge groups comes in and said something that you already know, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I had never heard it that way before. That makes so much sense. It inspires me. It motivates me. You need those new people. Not to mention the momentum builds, the residual income, and the ripple effect with that fitness imprint, as I like to call it. And I want to shed light on one more thing. And Janice mentioned rewards. And I just want to point out, I'm huge on transparency and honesty. And I want to point out that regardless of what your current perception of Success Club is, it is going to be presented by Team Made by Team Beachbody, and sometimes by Team Made, that it's a status. It's shiny, it's exciting, you get presents, you get cool prizes. Team Cup is in February, and that one of the big pushes for getting on a Team Cup team is all the cool swag they give you, right? Well, that's shiny, it's exciting, but the second you lose sight of why you are working towards hitting Success Club, you're going to stop hitting it. Because this is the deal. We attract what we give attention to, right? And that's a law of life. It's not some fun thing I read in a PD book. It's God made it that way. And our brains work that way. What we look for, we get back. And when we're looking for shiny distractions and we're looking for exciting ways to reach a status and to get recognized, there's no focus on helping people there. So we're not going to be able to effectively reach the people who need our help. We're not connecting with anyone but our desire to be noticed, right? So I hope that makes sense. The incentives are awesome. Beachbody does give some awesome prizes. I mean, I'm drinking out of my most beautiful Coach cup right now. I love that stuff, but it is not the reason for hitting Success Club. And I just want to be sure that you guys know that it can sound cliche, but every point is a person. I say it all the time. It's not cliche. That is so honest. And we have to remind ourselves of that over and over again, because the excitement will catch up and we'll get caught up in I really want to earn that yoga mat or whatever it was they're giving away. And wait a minute, it's not about the yoga mat. Like, thanks for giving me my prize, but that was 5 people who joined my challenge group, right? We want to embrace that we get rewarded for helping people, but the helping people always has to come first, or it's all going to wash away. It's going to be, I'm sure you guys are aware of the parable of the seed that falls on the different types of ground. We need to be strong soil. We don't want to be rocky soil or sandy soil and everything just falls apart when we look the other way. We need to be solid and firm in our foundation. Perfect segue back to let's wrap it back up. Janice said that at the beginning there, this is a foundation of our business and we need to treat it like a foundation and allow it to grow our roots and be, strong in our vision and why we're doing this. So that's my kind of wrap up of why Success Club is important and how we should view it. So I love that Janice gave us specific numbers. It's 3 to 5 people. And yes, sometimes that's all we can get in a month, and that's fine. But 3 to 5 people is not a lot. When you break it down like that, it can be less than 1 person a week. And so especially if you're a coach who's working this on the fly, and in the 5-minute pockets of time you have here and there, it's totally enough time to find 3 people who need your help, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All of that being said, we'd love to open it up to you guys if you have any questions that we can answer tonight. Go ahead.
Just unmute yourself.
Yeah, unmute yourself if you have a question. And are there any questions about Success Club specifically? If not, I know Rachel had a question, so I was going to go ahead and let her ask her question.
Hey, well, my first question is, are you going to post this? Am I going to be able to watch the whole thing? Because I am so sad I missed the first 20 minutes.
No, you're fine. Yes, Janice is recording, so as soon as it uploads, we'll put it in the team page.
Okay, fabulous. And then I got a kid trying to break in my bedroom. I just kind of wanted to get any kind of starting out advice for time management. I had sent a question in earlier about that. Mm-hmm. And kind of investing a lot of time into putting my posts together and talking to people and not really seeing a lot of follow through on their part. Mm-hmm. Or actually, and then so I'm kind of wondering about time management. How can I best utilize the time? I know I've watched several videos about, putting an hour in, then I'm finding I'm putting a lot more than an hour in. So if anybody wants to speak to that, that'd be fabulous.
Yeah, I think I'll respond, and then I'm sure Janice has a few pointers as well. So it sounds like you have already kind of like understood the concept of a power hour. So the first thing I'll say is you need to make sure that there are specific action items that are happening every single day, no matter what. And you kind of have to decide what the things are. Some coaches will tell you it has to be 10 things. Some coaches will tell you it needs to be these 3 things. You've got to decide what it is for you. If you need to spend 10 minutes creating posts in a Word document so that they're there for you to copy paste when you need them. If you need to spend the next 15 minutes reaching out for new invites, do that. And then if you need to spend, 20 minutes on follow-ups or making a graphic for your post or whatever, if those are the things that are helping you now, then those are the things that you do every day. I think where we get lost on time is the constant kind of conversation that's happening. And I think that's kind of what I'm hearing you say, like, okay, I'm putting all this effort into these people. Yes, that's kind of what happens. And especially early on, I know that you're newer at this, those conversations feel like everything to you. And they are, because that's where people decide if they're going to trust you or not. So yes, you need to put your emotional energy into that. What I would suggest with regards to messaging and texting or calling or whatever it is schedule that time for yourself so that because I started this business working a full-time job. So that when you're seeing those notifications going off and you're like, oh my gosh, they messaged me back or whatever, I know that I have 20 minutes set aside at whatever time that I'm going to shoot them a response. It is okay. If I don't respond right now, they're not going to fall off the face of the earth. They're not going to hate me forever. They don't know that I'm staring at the phone. And that's one of the reasons I love the way that we're able to communicate, is because it's based on our convenience. And we think that people don't understand that, but they do. And so I always would lead back into it with like, sorry, it took me a second to get back to you, blah, 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 blah. And people are always like, are you kidding me? Like, I didn't even have time for this. So,
Do you hear that? Do you hear that static?
No. But so that would be my recommendation to you, is to pick 5 things that have to happen every day. Create a checklist. There are tons out there. We can give you some resources too, so that you can kind of keep track of making sure you're doing them, and then scheduling that time. So I'm going to respond to messages at the end of my lunch break or whatever, however your time is structured. Janice, I feel like you might speak to this better.
Well, I've done everything to try to find like the right way to do it, and there's no right or wrong. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is like, do what works best for you. But when it comes back to them responding or them following up or them, it's almost like, man, am I wasting my time with these people? Kind of get into a routine of maybe having this follow-up system 1 or 2, 3 times. And what I like to do is give them an out. My coach, Melissa, whenever she was trying to recruit me, she gave me an out. And I was like, wait. No, I want to do this, but all she said was, I want you to be happy. And I'm, I don't want to keep bothering you or pestering you. And I'm always here for you if you need help. And if this is not the right fit for you, then I completely understand. So you kind of have to give them that out, so that there's a couple different scripts that you can look through to kind of get your own wording underneath you. But it's like that almost every time I have that person that's just not answering me, I feel like it's crickets. Like, I messaged them like 3 times. I'm super persistent. So I know that I'm successful because of that. And I used to think people would be like, well, I don't want to be pushy. I'm like, well, did you feel like I was pushy with you? No, not really. Okay, well then I am being pushy, but it's because I care about you and your goals, and you told me what you wanted. So I'm going to throw it back to, like she said to me, I want you to be happy. And that was the whole point of me signing up, right? So she used what she knew I needed and said, okay, this is on your terms. You get to choose. Is this something you want or not? It's not about us. And they need to know that. Yes, we have our own goals, and yes, we want to help people, but ultimately that is in there. That's their decision. That's their choice, whether they're going to join you or not. And that's why it's so important to continue talking to new people constantly. I'm not kidding you, I have at least 30 to 50 conversations going at all times. And if I don't, then I'm not going to hit Success Club. It's like, I'm definitely not going to hit Success Club 10. If I don't have 10 20, then I might hit Success Club 5. You know what I mean? It's all about those numbers. And that's every business. That it doesn't matter what business you're in, it's a numbers game. We do have 5-6 minutes left, so I want to make sure if there's any other questions. Does that help though? I muted you.
Okay, yeah, definitely. That's very helpful. I appreciate it. I'm kind of trying to find a balance between making sure that people understand that I'm offering solutions through Beachbody, but not that I'm trying to like sell them anything, because I'm not. It really is a intentional, hey, it could actually help you,
Yes.
And
yeah, and that's why it's going to feel like a lot of effort, because you're doing it the right way. That means you have a conversation going back and forth, and you're not jumping the gun too quickly. When you jump the gun too quickly, you're selling. When you're asking lots and lots of questions and building that relationship, you're doing it the right way. And eventually people are going to start coming to you because you stay consistent. You showed up for a year, 2, 3 years, and before long they'll be like, this chick is legit. Holy crap. And then they'll start coming to you. And you still do the same thing, and you still can't get too excited. You still have to build that.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, and having kind of had some background conversation with you already, I second all of that. You're doing it right, and that's exactly, she's 100% right. That's why you want to be talking to a lot of people, because some people are just not going to bite yet. Some people are not ready to trust themselves, let alone you, so.
Yeah. It's usually, we always tend to have that block right at the same time where we start to focus on us. What am I doing wrong? What did I say? Da-da-da. And then I'm like, okay, this is not about me. It's about them. So, but.
Yeah. And I've tried to disconnect that. It's not, they're not interested in talking to me, or it's the product. It's not the right timing. They might have money, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm getting a handle on all of this. It's very new, the whole experience. So yeah.
You're gonna rock. You're gonna rock at this. Awesome.
Yeah. Does anybody else have a question? All right.
I'm gonna mute my mom. Are you there, Mom? You good? I know she's on the phone, so I didn't know if I had.
Here.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
You have any questions, Mama?
Oh, no. Just the only thing I was interested in is what we talked about earlier about the military discount or the fee being waived.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe Amanda would know, or someone else on the call. So my sister wants to sign up. Her husband's in the military now, currently, but he's going to get out. Does anybody know if she signs up with his active military as the spouse, like she's the spouse, she signs up, what happens when he is no longer in the military? I have not heard that. Do they just
do they lose the discount?
No.
I wonder. Well, so
or not the discount, but do they lose the fee being waived?
I don't know that technical answer, but I know it's active duty and not active and all of these different statuses. So depending on whether he fell under one of those still, it should still be there. But also, I kind of wonder if they would ever check on that.
That's what I was.
Because you send the form in one time, and then all of a sudden, like, you get a different status because you signed up under the military waiver. So, I mean, the only time it would ever happen is if she became a 15-star diamond and compliance audited her or something. Let's be real. I mean, I don't think that they would
come back. You owe all that for all
sign
those
up
years.
Now, while she gets that fee waived, and then just roll with it, see what happens, and
Yeah. Well, okay.
Go ahead.
It's okay. I'll get back with you, Mom, because I think we just need to talk to compliance if we're real concerned about it. But we do have only 1 minute left, and I hate for it to just cut us off right at the end. I was going to share something with you guys, but I'll just throw the book up here, and I'll talk about it next time. But this is my personal development book, and I love this, Spirit-Driven Success. It's amazing. I was going to read from it, but we just don't have time. So thank you guys so much for being, yay, success leaves clues. But thank you guys so much for being on this call tonight. I appreciate it. We'll have the recording up so you can share it with your team and your coaches. And I love you guys so much. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.